Behind the cape. I think Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible are the two titles that are wrestling for the weekend lead. I don't really think it's a comp at the moment.
No.
Going into Sunday at least, Lilo and Stitch is projecting about 180 million from the 4 day weekend.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible doing not that, maybe around 80 million.
Doing not that.
Yeah, I saw I saw Mission Impossible last night. I enjoyed it. It was a long film, um, a flawed film for sure, but just as entertaining as any of the others. I'll say. What y'all think about the box office this weekend?
Well, since I did go to the movies to take my son for me to sleep through Thunderbolts, which was
Mm,
surprisingly, I think it was just a good weekend. Is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
My movie theater, it was a movie theaters was packed no matter what movie was showing yesterday. It was wild. So Thunderbolts was packed because my son really, really, really wanted to go and see Thunderbolts. So I took him to go see Thunderbolts. It was full. Lilo and Stitch was ridiculous. When
yeah.
I tell you it was nothing but
Mhm.
kids, your parents with their kids, and it was packed. Lilo and Stitch was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I already knew it's a nostalgia film. A lot of the I would say that a lot of the parents that I seen at the movies last night look like they were the ones who grew up with the original Disney movie.
Mhm.
So they were seeing it, comparing it to their childhood, and now they're spreading that on to their children as far as like the live action version. So
Mhm.
they're seeing it both together. So I expected that. Mission Impossible, most definitely, because I heard the crowd next to because it was next to our movie theater was loud as hell. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
so yeah, it was a good day for it's going to be a good weekend, and I think Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch is going to win because you have an extra day with
Sure.
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend. So
Yep.
yeah, I think it's a good weekend for movies regardless.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Lilo and Stitch. I'm pretty sure everybody knew Lilo and Stitch was gonna come in and make some noise. Like I said, when I was out in LA, billboards everywhere. Lilo and Stitch, Lilo and Stitch. You know what I'm saying? That's all you saw was Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible. So you had both of those
Mhm.
things blaring in your face. And I'm pretty sure it was like that in every metropolitan area that you know what I'm saying prioritizes entertainment that way. What you said, 180 for
Yeah, yeah.
Lilo?
Through the
Projected
weekend for the
numbers.
4 day.
Yeah,
Yep.
180. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
and I
easy.
think this Mission Impossible is the biggest actual debut for any of the Mission Impossibles, from
Really.
what I
Yeah.
recall. Yeah.
If they could crack 100 million for Mission Impossible, I feel like that's a success. They need some room for the drop
Mhm.
off because these next couple of weeks is gonna be tough. These
Yeah.
next couple of weeks gonna be tough. Lilo and Stitch is gonna leg out. They got Ballerina coming up here at the end of the
Mhm.
month. And then anything into July is food.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Ballerina hurts if anything, it probably
No,
helps. Or Mission Impossible and all of them help Ballerina. Um, and Ballerina's budget is nowhere near.
no, nowhere close, nowhere close. I'm thinking. I do think they occupy the same crowd though. Ballerina and Mission Impossible.
Right, but as I'm
Yeah,
saying,
it will.
it will, but I don't think it'll hurt Mission Impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because I can go do a 2 for 1. If I'm into, what I'm saying, these
Doing that.
espionage action films, I can go get a 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying, for the weekend or for
True.
whatever
That's
that.
not a bad point because that's how I'm watching. I have to watch movies this way now. I got the family. We go watch movies at the drive-in a lot. That's where we went to
Hmm.
go see Mission Impossible. So we're gonna be doubling up. So if it's situated that way, for sure, definitely
Yeah,
would want to see that like that.
especially if Mission Impossible is like on its last leg, so to speak,
Mhm.
or you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, or in the middle of its run, that would most definitely help Ballerina out. So.
Mm.
Or it would help Mission Impossible out because then I've seen Mission Impossible. I'm gonna go see Ballerina, but you know what? Do I want to see Mission Impossible again? You see what I'm saying?
Sure,
It can
sure.
create some scenarios that help. That's all I'm
And I'm
saying.
not gonna lie, it's a bear. It's
Mm,
long. It is. It's a long film,
okay.
man. It's a lot to go through, and there are certain spots where your focus gonna need to be on point. Don't go in there sleepy. Don't go in
How
there
about
sleepy.
is this
It's
the
not that
final
it's
mission? This is the final Mission Impossible, though, right?
Yeah, he
yes,
said he
the
done. He
final
said he
film.
done.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. There is some points where it's gonna be some heavy dialogue. You're gonna need to stick in there
Mm,
for a little bit. because they don't really leave you without the action. It's very well spread out and balanced. But there are a couple of points in there where I can feel like if you're not attentive, if you one of them type of people that fall asleep during movies,
you might be.
And if you miss something, it matters. Like
okay, for sure.
Let me ask you this, Marcus, since you went to see it, and with this being the last one, how long before they reboot?
Ooh, a decade. Got to be a decade. So they did something that I didn't. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention in the last one, in the last Dead Reckoning, but they did something with a younger character that I didn't expect, and so it kind of confused the door out. I felt like they pretty much set up how they were going to pivot out of Ethan in the last movie, and now it don't feel that way. At the end of this movie, it absolutely doesn't feel that way. So
feel like Ethan can keep going, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know if this was a fake out to try to, nostalgia pull the audience back in and then come back with another one. But
I don't believe Tom or the who is doing this, Paramount. I don't believe them saying that this is the last one, man. I really don't. If this one does numbers, and it's
how
already
many of these can you do though? Like after a while, it gets it's almost like I'm not gonna lie. This is talking to somebody who's a Fast and Furious fan that actually like the mindless entertainment of Fast and Furious.
I'm a
you know what I
fan
mean?
too.
So I really can't. I can't talk. But how many of these can you do before you be like, all right, that's enough?
I think it's on Tom. I think because he's doing everything. He's producing it. He's starring in it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it all.
He's still doing his own stunts. I give Tom a lot of props.
He better get that first stunt Oscar. He absolutely
got to.
They got to.
This film alone, and this wasn't. I don't think this was. He didn't do anything in here like running down the Dubai building.
Not like he did in the last movie. What was the last movie?
No, the last one, the sub joint. When was that where he was holding his breath or whatever?
He got another sub joint in this movie. The last movie, he base jumped off the mountain with the motorcycle.
Off the mountain,
yeah. That's crazy.
He better get this stunt Oscar.
He got to.
He's doing a lot, y'all. He really does a lot to get these shots, and you can tell they're
flying hooked up to the military plane.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was crazy. They got to do some. They got to go back and get some stunt Oscars too. I believe you got to go back.
Some retroactive,
do some retroactive. If we gonna the first one can go to Tom Cruise, but they got to figure out a way to get a Jackie Chan in there. You know what I'm saying?
Jet Li,
Ray Park.
Ray Park. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of these people who've been doing stunts for the longest that you know what I'm saying were behind Michael Jai White, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Evel Knievel a stunt man?
In movies, I don't know if he was. He might have been.
Okay. Maybe not.
I'm sure he might have did some stunts somewhere. Why not?
He probably did some stunts, but I think he was just strictly
showman.
Showman. Yeah.
Showman, yeah. But
I
think they got to do that.
It's a strong box office weekend, man. I think Memorial Day, like you said, the extra day is going to help with both films. Good for the movie industry. Good for theaters, right? Like we hear a lot about them being stressed and things they got to do to get people back into the theater. Hell, AMC got me back into a theater for them because I do not like AMC.
No, you don't.
I seen the video. I think it was you, Chill, and Darius was like, I do not like AMC.
I cannot stand AMC. And even when I went in there this time, it still felt exactly the way that I thought it was gonna feel, but it was half price. So I said, well, I got to take
the only reason why I went to AMC or even got the app and all of that because they were the only theater that was showing Magazine Dreams. And that's when I bought like those 10 tickets or whatever. Yeah. So I feel you on this because let me tell you what happened. I bought the 10 tickets. People didn't show up. It is what it is. So I got these replacement tickets, right? They give you, that was like, oh, well, we'll just give you these stub up. And they gave me the old ones. I'm like, no, this is September 24. Y'all done got me. Y'all done got me.
Did you go back up there to see? Because that might be all they got.
Yeah, I need, you know what? I was so you know how you just go, you just like, you know what, guy, guy, this ain't in my favor. I'm gonna let it go.
Just let it go, huh?
This ain't my fight.
AMC out here doing people dirty like Spirit. That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy. They promising
Man.
you they gonna comp your bag. You get to the next stop, they talking about what you talking about. Well, we don't do that.
Exactly.
We
So
don't do.
you got me. You got me.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's
All
crazy.
right. Alan Richardson, your boy Jack Reacher,
Mhm.
gonna be in a film called Fortune. There's being dubbed as a Memento meets Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know what that means.
I don't.
What is
either.
Memento meets Raiders of the
Memento.
Lost
Memento,
That
hold
was
up.
that was what's my man who did Batman?
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
No, it wasn't Val. I'm talking about the director.
Joel Schumacher.
No, the Dark Knight. I'm sorry, Dark Knight Batman.
Yeah, Nolan.
Nolan did Memento.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
It's one. It was kind of like when almost kind of like Inception. The dude had amnesia.
Yeah.
He was trying to figure out what was.
Yeah.
You know, he had to go find all of these clues and stuff like that.
Mm.
I forgot who the actor was who was in it.
Was it like an alien thing or like a secret society?
No.
Okay.
Nah. So I guess maybe a person with amnesia trying to get a MacGuffin. I don't know. Something, you know what I'm saying? If you're saying Memento and Raiders of the Lost Ark,
I know Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like it's gonna be Indy, I guess.
Yeah, Guy Pearce was that's what it was. Guy Pearce.
Yeah, if they can expand Alan's palette as far as I don't want him typecast. So if they could give him more acting, more, you know what I'm saying, then more expansion on his acting, then I'm all for it. I believe he should be the new Batman. You know what I mean? So or Juggernaut. I take him as Juggernaut.
Or Juggernaut.
Either Batman or Juggernaut.
Hey,
that's a bad
actor being able to play Batman in Juggernaut.
And Juggernaut is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Because he's big as hell, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Like, it's a big dude.
You think he plays a good Bruce Wayne? That's my problem.
Because the reason why I say he reminds me, literally, he looks like whatchamacallit, Dark Knight, the writer of the Dark Knight, Frank Miller. He reminds me physically, the whole look. He reminds me of what Frank Miller would have had in mind as his version of Batman.
Plus, I just think Batman would be huge. I don't think Batman would be like a wiry feller. I think he'll be huge.
Yeah,
well, how you older Batman with Alan Richardson standing next to Corn Sweat and they the same size. Now he big, but he ain't Superman big.
No, he bigger than I think he bigger than Corn Sweat.
No, I'm saying though, how are you going to have Richardson standing next to Corn Sweat? He's way bigger than Corn Sweat.
Oh yeah, he is.
How the hell Batman gonna be huge?
But he was like that. Frank Miller's Batman, he drew him huge as shit.
You talking about like tall wise huge? That what you speaking of?
I mean, even
he's cut. Alan Richards is cut.
I see what you're saying.
Old man.
We just
no Diddy. I don't want y'all thinking nothing. That's just a big man.
I get what you're saying. I feel you. But I'm with Dre. I think he'll be a dope bat. I don't think he'll get it though. I think they're looking at somebody like you said, similar build to Corn Sweat, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? Something quick. Did y'all see the reaction with highest to lowest at the Cannes Film Festival with the reporter trying to grab on Denzel?
The cons.
Oh yeah, I see that. I see that.
Mm-hmm. Better leave Denzel
alone. Touch on me. Get your hands off me.
Get your hands
off me.
Yeah. You touch me.
Keep your hands off me.
And they know how Denzel. Well, they should know. I'm pretty sure that was probably a younger reporter.
There's an older French guy.
Was it an older French guy?
Yeah, it's an older French guy.
Well, maybe. Well, he should know because Denzel don't play about.
They like to try people at the cons. They did Kelly Rowland like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
Putting hands on her. Like, hey, listen, man. When are y'all gonna get pieced up? Hands and feet.
Yeah. Was that when Will Smith slapped the reporter dude? Was that in cons? Remember Will Smith?
He like baby smacked him. See, Will.
We had all the signs and clues.
Yeah, man. These reporters they get a little out of hand, man. They get a little handsy, and I don't know if it's just like an access thing. They've been around these celebrities so much they think they're friends. They forget they're
That's
doing
what
a
I think.
job.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
But
they're doing
you
a
got to
job.
think, as you're doing your job, this person has to also do their job. So I only have a set amount of time with you. After that time limit is over, I have to be in this spot.
Gotta go.
So you can't be pulling on me because I got to get over here. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and normally it is a mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? You see it, but today I don't know, man. There's these reporters, and everybody looking for their moment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want their viral moment now. You know what I'm saying? To me, the integrity is gone. Just building the rapport with an actor or a musician or whatever. That's gone. Now it's just, let me just get my moment. I don't know, Dre. Let me go bite Dre's ankle real quick so he can kick me, and then I'll be all over YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Netflix is doing a documentary on the Titanic sub. The submarine.
I ain't even laugh at that, but
I'm sorry. No, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even gonna fake. I don't care.
Oh man, I'm just saying, because only reason I'm saying that because people always, and you know, I've had some people lose their lives.
No, it's not.
But the reason why I'm laughing is because y'all knew damn well what y'all was getting into with a PlayStation controller and
in a soda can for a sub.
Yeah, a soda can for a sub. Like y'all knew what y'all was doing, man. I don't know. This might have been who y'all running from. You know, the feds or the mob, you know what I'm saying? What was y'all running from? Like, what is going on?
Hey, I can see that being like, I'm running from the mob, though. Hey, I don't watch so much mob stuff that I can see that happening.
They got a debt that they just couldn't possibly pay back. So let's go ahead and hop in the sub.
Yeah,
but they had to pay $1.5 million to even get in the sub. So imagine what your debt gotta be.
That's dumb. I'm sorry.
But it's not even a sub. It's a submersible and a submarine is two totally different things, right?
Right.
Your phone, which is waterproof, can be submerged in water, and that's it. Yep. That's it. Once it goes down past a certain mark,
this is
over with. Submarines are meant to dive and do all types of stuff like that. You are just meant to just float for a little bit, then float back up. That's it. What are y'all doing? Are we trying to get close to the Titanic? Man, right. Go if you don't go and watch James Cameron's Titanic.
Exactly.
The documentary. You ain't even gotta watch his
man, if you don't go sit down and watch Leo do his job.
You'll be all right. What are you doing?
I just think it's dumb. I'm sorry. I'm not watching that. I understand, no disrespect to the victims of that. Right. It's just not something that I'm interested in because I thought it was idiotic to begin with. So,
and it's not safe. Regular submersibles they go down unmanned. They don't go. There's no manned submersible going down that deep. It's not.
Yeah.
Then y'all sitting at the butt in the damn soda can. What are y'all doing?
Obviously, Blue has some issues with what's going on.
That was the dumbest thing in the world, Dre. That was dumb. I'm sorry, man. That was just stupid. It was just stupid.
Another Netflix story. So they actually picked up the rights to Sesame Street after Warner Brothers gave it up. Why Warner Brothers would not re-sign? Because they what it was is that their contract ran up. So they don't have the money redo it. Yeah, man. How do you not get Sesame Street?
Warner don't have the money. Warner's being ran. Who is that? Zaslav.
Yeah.
I think Zaslav, Feige, Iger. They all go to the same like barber or something and exchange notes. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I will say right now, Warner Brothers is winning the summer. If you want to talk about box office numbers and the money that they're putting in right now, Warner Brothers is winning over everybody.
Yeah,
because of Sinners, because of Minecraft.
This year, but they're so behind.
But they're behind. Yeah, no, I agree with you. They are way behind.
They just had their credit downgraded as an institution. I know that don't mean nothing to a lot of people in chat. But
no, that's
the finances. That's not a very good thing.
Yeah,
that ain't good at all. You ain't need. So see, they don't have the credit to get Sesame Street. They don't have the money.
You got to make that happen, man. Because if you don't have a vehicle like that for children's content, you kind of dead in the water with
you are completely dead.
I guarantee. I know Disney re-up on Bluey. I guarantee you, Bluey. Hey, man, we think about walking to Netflix. Disney be like, hold on, man, I got the blank check.
We will bet the house.
Right, what y'all need?
Bluey here, yeah,
what y'all need?
Exactly.
Nah,
you're not giving that up. So yeah, Netflix is going to be running simultaneously with PBS on new
Mhm.
episodes, and then they're going to get the library, I think, starting in June.
That's
Damn, they
good.
getting the library too.
That, but see, you know what?
Mm.
That's good because somebody like me who grew up, you know what I'm saying, with old Sesame Street,
Yeah.
because I'm a big Bird fan. Follow
Yeah.
that bird, I
Yeah, the movie.
cried.
What you know
Yeah,
about
I
that? What you know about that,
cried.
Dre?
Come on, man. I had a big bird. There's a picture of me with a Big Bird chair back in the day. I beat up a kid because he broke my Big Bird chair on my 10th birthday. My
Hey,
10th birthday, I beat
I
the
believe
kid
it.
up. I'm not
Big
lying.
Bird was a big deal back in the day, Marcus.
Big Bird was my
big
guy.
deal.
So them having that library, which again,
Nothing
people
left
got to
is my guy.
but people also have to understand the history of Sesame Street.
Yeah,
It was made
it's
for
black.
blacks.
Black.
It was made for black people.
Mhm.
So I'm all for the history. So for them to have that and be able to move on and see that, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I'm 1000% support that. 1000%.
Sesame Street is like a street in Harlem, I think. Like based off of like.
Shut the hell up. Blue.
Shut up, Blue.
Lennox and 103rd or some shit
No,
like that.
no.